What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey, here with Matt, the business unit manager of sticks for CCM Hockey. We have your XF goalie line in front of us. Huge updates this year with a lot of exciting technology. But before we hop into that, how would you describe, the overall playability and the style of goalie you built the XF Pro line for?
So we essentially took the feedback from our goalie coaches and our goalies themselves about how much more playing the puck is important in today's game. So we really wanted to design a stick that's going to allow them to do that even better. And that could mean, stopping pucks along rims, or just even clearing out your own zone, long passes to your teammates that's trying to catch the opposition off guard and all those kind of things, but really having a playable stick in their hands so that they're confident with it.
So speaking of in the hands,
yeah,
there's a big change immediately when you pick this up. Now, let's talk about the inspiration and just what that does for the goalie out there.
Absolutely. So you're talking here about the shaft, and we have a shaft that's going to transition from a T-shape at the top towards something that's closer to a V-shaped geometry in the handle. The whole reasoning behind that was that whenever the goalie is, playing the puck with the hands upwards or really trying to make a stop, it's a different motion, it's a different need. So having the square shape here really allows the goalers to whip the stick when they're trying again to play the puck. But as they get closer to the handle, and especially when they're paddled down on the ice, the V shape provides them with much more comfort and stability. So whenever you're trying to stop a puck, again, paddle down, you're gonna see less of that stick torsion, allowing you to not have the puck deflect in the net or in your chest, or something that you wouldn't want is gonna stay in front, allowing you to be stable out there.
Now let's talk a little bit more about stability and the overall paddle design too, because obviously it looks amazing. We've got some high-end carbon fiber that we see on the outer layer here. But in terms of under the hood, what makes this just such a high-end stick for CCM Hockey?
It's a completely new design that we've changed here for this line of goalie sticks. And by that, I mean two principal things. First of all, we changed the geometry, so you have much of a flatter and sleeker paddle. That's gonna be extremely good looking, but also more durable. But we also changed the way we build those sticks. So whereas before we would come and mold the blade over a paddle, now all of this part here is molded in one operation. So that allowed us to remove a lot of the excessive material that was there just for the molding operation, and then brings a stick that's much lighter and better balanced than before.
And I would imagine overall, this has got to be one of the lightest sticks CCM has ever made, right?
By far. You're talking about 35 grams lighter than our eFlex 5 Pro Light of 2 years ago.
And then as we move past the paddle, I do want to talk about one last thing on the construction. Since it's more of a one-piece construction down through here, does it mean you have better consistency and maybe a little bit more feel for the puck as it's sitting on your blade as well?
Absolutely. So like I said, a lot of the excessive material was here to try to join two pieces. Now that we don't have that, you have really kind of a full unique mold here, and something that's going to give you connectivity towards from the blade all the way to your handle in the hands.
And then in terms of the materials too, we see that carbon fiber. So let's talk about, we talked about the paddle, the construction. What about the materials?
So here we're full Sigmatex construction on the XF Pro. So really top of the line carbon weave that we have from Sigmatex. Really only the best for our top of the line goalie stick, and trying to get something that's going to be as durable as possible for the goalies.
So now as we move into the XF, visually speaking, it looks fantastic. But in terms of performance, what really sticks out to you on this XF?
So really for us, we're extremely happy to be able to transition a lot of the tech and innovations that we've brought into the XF Pro down to that XF second price point goalie stick there. So you can look at the shaft and all of the geometries, they're still going to be in there. You can look at the new paddle design, the new one-piece construction, that's also going to be in the XF. So you're really getting a extremely performance stick in something that's a little bit sturdier and bulkier than the XF Pro.
And last but definitely not least, we have the XF70, still really enjoying that really dark colorway that you're bringing down into it. But this seems to be a little bit more of a traditional build compared to the XF and the XF Pro, right?
Correct. So that would fall under our entry to goalie kind of performance level here. So you'll have a traditional T-shaft with something that's a little bit more usual in terms of geometries, but nonetheless, we've completely revamped that construction. So really trying to have something that's going to be light and balanced while being durable for, again, those goalies that are just starting.
Perfect. Well, Matt, as always, got to say thank you so much for having us out here and walking us through the XF Pro goalie stick line.
Hey, my pleasure.
And for you at home that want to check out the entire line of XF Pro goalie sticks, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.